It's a stock right now that might be the opportunity of your lifetime. And people are not paying attention to the future. You see, from an investment standpoint, we say past performance does not guarantee future results. And the future is today. And the past performance of the stock is great right now. But because one small thing has this stock at a deep discount. So we're going to give you the base case why we think BBAI, not BBO Drizzy, but BBAI, Big Bear AI, is going to be the next Nvidia. Now, you're like, Nvidia? Nvidia is the stock of the decade. Everything runs on Nvidia. The chips, the manufacturing of chips, selling the chips. How can a small company based in California, BBAI, be the next Nvidia? Well, we're going to give you the base case where we think it is going to explode. Now, again, past performance does not guarantee future results. As a certified financial planner, it's not a recommendation. It's just information for you to do your homework and see if this is great for your portfolio and for your risk. But today, my friends, we're going to give you the 3 reasons why Big Bear AI might be the next Nvidia. Before we get started, as always, like, subscribe, and share it to our channel. In real life, I'm a certified financial planner, helping thousands of clients nationwide get over $500,000 or more. You want to invest, you can click the link below and we can help you. But for everybody else, let's just get this information to allow us to be more informed investors. You ready? Let go.
And you just wanna get paid, tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late, yeah. Pay for profits to help you seek change, and you just wanna get paid, yeah. Tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late, pay for profits to help you seek change, yeah. Cut the show and just listen. You wanna feel empowered by making money decisions. Residual by the hours can get you a better living. Bitch at the check, you knowing it could be different.
So before we go over the future, we have to go over the past and what happened. Now you're like, this doesn't make sense because this year, this stock is down by 26%. Why should I buy a stock that's down by 26%? And I understand Big Bear AI underperforms this year, underperformed. But the past year is still up by 32%. It's beating the stock market one year to another. And it was as high as basically $9 a share. So if it gets back to where it was, now it's at $4.32, it's going to double. It's going to double over the past 5 years. Look at that. Up as high as $10 and down, up again, down. So you're like, and max, of course, not even better. So you're like, why should I invest in this company that's been around for only 5 years? It's been up like crazy, down, up again, but down by 26%. With this downturn is opportunity. We're going to break down the 3 reasons why. So the first reason why we think Big Bear AI is the next Nvidia is because it has the same high growth sector plus military. We think about growth, we think about AI. It's in their name. It's called Big Bear AI. So same sector. We also think about things that's going to grow in the future that needs artificial intelligence, needs us from artificial intelligence standpoint. Well, that's what they do. Big Bear AI also has military. Military goes a long way when it comes to money that's guaranteed from the federal government. And when we look at the balance sheet of a company, businesses are flaky. Prices might commit, but not pay you. The military, once it's signed on the dotted line, you're being paid. It might take a while, but you are being paid. That's why it's great to be in that high growth sector of AI, but with military. And we're going to break it down even more. The government is spending massive amounts of defense and in AI. The U.S. defense budget was in between $886 to $919 billion in the year 2025. Depends on why you ask. You think that's going to get larger or smaller? On top of that, the Department of Defense requested roughly $21 billion specifically for AI and machine learning. And who is the crème de la crème when it comes to machine learning from a military standpoint? Big Bear AI. So you think with the military using a small amount of their budget today, but as time goes on and AI gets more important, a larger amount of the budget. Remember, you think about $800 billion and only 20 billion for AI, that's not even 5%. That's like 3%. Is it just me? Or is that you're working hard, but you're not seeing the financial results that you want? We're clocking in, we're clocking out, we have the income, we're making the money, but our wealth is not growing like we want it to. Well, my friends, it's not your fault. You know why? Because we're never taught how money works. We're taught how to spend it, but we're not taught how to leverage the money that we're making right now to build wealth. Now, wealth, it comes in all different shapes and sizes. The question is, how much wealth do you want for you and your family? But the best part about it is help us on the way. Join us during our 5-day mentorship, where you learn how to structure your money, reduce your tax liability, increase your net worth, and build wealth. We'll show you how to go from a wealth builder to a wealth strategist to a wealth creator and leaving that long-lasting legacy to your family. Click the link below and join us on our 5-day mentorship, where we'll help you accelerate your wealth. Now back to the episode. As AI gets more prevalent, as we see AI as the future, that sliver of the budget is going to be more. So from a market share standpoint, we're in the same AI sector as Nvidia, but we get all the military benefits because we're first to market. Think about Tesla. When we close our eyes and think about an electric car, we don't think about the Audi that's out. We don't think about the Lyric. We don't even think about a Prius. We think about what? A Tesla, because they was the biggest when it comes to first person advantage in the marketing. Was crazy, and they was able to collaborate with other companies. Big Bear AI collaborating with the federal government. You think that's gonna help them or hurt them? That's why the first reason we think Big Bear is a new Nvidia is because of the high growth sector it's in, and military. In military specifically, let me run down how it works. Autonomous defense systems. You think that's going to be needed in the battlefield or not? AI battlefield analytics. Analytics to show the battlefield from a cyber standpoint. Because we know the future of war is not swords and bayonets and M16s. It's cyber. Radar threat detection. How good is our military now when it comes to radar? We see what's going on in Iran. Just think if we're even better with our radar systems. And who benefits from that? Big Bear AI. Military logistics optimization. Logistics is the new cybersecurity, in my opinion, and they optimize old equipment today. Border security AI, not just across the country, but we know how the current administration is and how much they are spending in border security. So it's another 3 years of the budget being heavily funded with border security, because we all know Mexico ain't paying for that wall. Real-time predictive intelligence. And how important is that? We see with Iran, we saw in Venezuela, with the predictive technology they had in real time to get Madami. We see how they killed the Ayatollah and everybody else. Well, think about that being used in maybe Mexico as we have a larger war on drugs with the current administration. Predictively, that's how we took out the cartel leader a few months ago. Only going to be more prevalent, and Big Bear AI is the face of that. Drone and drone sensor systems, making sure our drones don't get blown up and making sure we're more precise with our drones. You think it's going to be more drone fighting or less drone fighting? And the forefront of that is Big Bear AI. Now, Nvidia. This stock grew by 1,100% over the past 5 years because AI exploded rapidly. And they became dominant because they provided the infrastructure of AI. You can't do anything AI would have Nvidia in the background, either by building the chips, being the architect of the chips, or selling the chips. So anything AI related, Nvidia has their hands on. When it comes to battlefield AI, Big Bear Technology has their hands all on that. So the infrastructure of war from an AI standpoint all starts with Big Bear. That is the key, because infrastructure, make sure you have your hands on everything. Big Bear surged by over 323% before it started to go down. So we see it's out there. We see that we have the appetite for it. Some people think its next momentum rally could be up by over 500%. Am I saying it's going to go up by 500%? No. But you have analysts say because of it being down, because of the new government contract, and because of it being, again, the infrastructure play of AI and military, it has a keen opportunity to outperform like crazy. That's the first reason why we say Big Bear AI may be the next Nvidia, but it's more reasons than one. Are you like the 83% of Americans who want to get a trust, who want to get a will, want to get a power of attorney, but you don't have one? Well, you are not alone, because 22% of Americans have one. That means 1 out of every 4 families have a trust, a will, and a power of attorney. Which bracket are you in? 1 out of 4 or 3 out of 4? It's okay, because we have the Relax Estate, a fully automated AI platform that allows you to create a trust, a will, and a power of attorney all at the fingertips. And if you are an insurance agent, tax professional, financial advisor, notary, or in any business profession, you can even white label this to your clients. You grow your business, you help your clients, everybody wins. Visit our website, www.therelaxestate.com. Right here, therelaxestate.com, and you can create a trust for your family, or if you're a business owner, want to use it to scale your business and help your clients, you can do that as well. Now back to this wonderful episode. Number 2, all cap equals upside potential. Historically speaking, we have large caps. They're more mature, so they go up, but growth-wise, it don't go up as much, right? If I got a company that's worth $1 billion and we grow from $1 billion to $2 billion, that's good, right? But that's, 50%. If I have a mid-cap company, and that mid-cap company grows from $1 billion to $3 billion. Because of it being mid-cap, the growth is a lot more. Now, a small cap going from $500 million to $3 billion, that's a larger climb. That's because we have more potential. That's because we scaled more, and small caps do that. So when it comes from a volatility standpoint, yes, way more ups and downs, but the upside, because it's still small in its infant ages, gives Big Bear AI the potential to outrun larger and mid-sized companies because it's still a small cap. Think about if you got in early with Palantir when it was at $8 a share. Now today it's at $136 a share. And Palantir was as much as $200 a share. It's crazy growth. Right now, Big Bear is at $4.32 a share. I said it's going to get to 200. Not saying it's going to get to 132, but just think about that. Think about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, you bought Nvidia at $30 a share. Now today it's over $200 a share. That growth, crazy. We've seen Nvidia go from a small cap to a mid cap to a large cap, and now literally the largest company in the world in a few short years. Why cannot Big Bear AI do that when they provide the infrastructure like Nvidia, and also they have the military back? Nvidia, as I said, worth over $3 trillion today. They made in one quarter $63 billion. Companies wish they made $63 billion in a lifetime. They made it in one quarter. That means Nvidia 10x'd where they were. And the crazy thing about it, because they have the infrastructure when it comes to chips, they can easily 10x again. That means Nvidia is a $30 trillion company. Most economists don't say if it's going to happen, but when, because of that infrastructure play. So I'm in AI, I have the blueprint, I have the infrastructure, and I have the first advantage because, AMD makes chips, so does Intel, but we all think about Nvidia. And I have a chance to 10x again. So why wouldn't I have Big Bear AI that's trading in a small cap range at a little bit over $4, under a few billion, meaning moderate growth, just moderate growth will make sure that that stock grows dramatically. Now, past performance does not guarantee future results, but what we're saying is that because it's a small cap, we had that potential, right? Going from $4 to 200 is a lot more growth than something like Nvidia going from 200 to 600. Now, yes, 200 to 600, 3x, but 4 to 200, that's 10x. So think about the math here. Nvidia going from 3 trillion to 6 trillion is a 100% gain. Big Bear AI going from 1 billion to 10 billion is a 900% gain. So not even hitting a trillion, just 1 billion to 10 billion, a 900% gain, compared to Nvidia going from 3 trillion to 6 trillion. Big numbers. Let me ask you a question. Would I rather be in a company that goes from 10 billion to 100 billion or 3 trillion to 6 trillion? Large cap conservative investors would love that. But the money managers, not the retail investors, the hedge funds, the ones that's managing mutual funds, the ones that's really moving money, they love that type of risk reward, right? The risk reward ratio, the ratio, how much risk am I putting in to get a greater reward? We want that around 4 to 5x. I put in $1, I should get at least $5 back. From a risk reward ratio going from 10 billion to 100 billion with that 900% return, way higher risk reward ratio, and small cap equals upside potential. Big Bear AI gives that to you today. And again, I like to compare this to NVIDIA. NVIDIA already dominates in AI chips, in data centers, in cloud AI computing, in enterprise AI infrastructure, where companies are paying them to build their infrastructure. That's a big word, infrastructure. Why can't Big Bear do that? Big Bear AI is trying to dominate in their niche: defense AI, government intelligence, autonomous military systems, homeland security AI. And if they're the ones providing the infrastructure for that competitive advantage, you can't put a price on. That's why we say the next NVIDIA is not a thesis. It's not hearsay. That's why we believe that Big Bear AI is currently the next NVIDIA. So that's the first reason. That's the second reason. But the third, logistics is the new cybersecurity. This is probably the strongest argument. You're like, what? How? When it's in the same growth AI sector as NVIDIA, ain't that a strong reason why? It's a small cap. It has more upside potential. That's not a strong reason why. Everyday life now revolves around cybersecurity. As AI gets smarter, as more people use AI, as artificial technology takes over what we are doing, as we have AI agents who works for us instead of actual people, that means it's going to be more loopholes, more cracks in the foundation of artificial intelligence. So don't we need security? Logistically, we have the infrastructure to manage that cybersecurity. Whoever owns that infrastructure, they own everything. You think about a city. You go to a small town. How do they make money? They have 1 or 2 stoplights. They make money on their police force. How is that possible? Because they have cops in those speed traps where it goes from 25 miles an hour to 35 to 45. And if you speed, that's how they make the money. Join us in our school community as we have modules, classes, courses to go from a taxpayer to a wealth builder. How to use our cliff, dip, bear strategy to do better with your investments. How to acquire businesses and how to use your retirement plan to grow and not pay taxes. What? I can have a retirement plan grow and not pay taxes? Yes, your IRA or even your 401k at your employer. This and other things we focus on in our school community, the Relaxed Investor. And guess what? You get 7 days, free access, and you get our weekly coaching calls every Wednesday. You and hundreds of people ask questions to 6, 7, 8, and even 9-figure business owners that tell you how they created their business, how they run their business, and how their finances is as smooth as it can be. So click the link below and join us in our Relaxed Investor Academy to help you scale your finances. But as the city gets bigger, they have more people. They don't make the money as much on those speed traps. They make money on the people by taxes, by charging fees, by getting paid on different services they provide, and that's what brings the money in. The more people are there, now they have property taxes. Now they have assessments, and they're making money that all equals security. And if I have the infrastructure of cybersecurity, and since logistics is now the new cybersecurity because of infrastructure, that, my friends, makes us the most money. And we believe Big Bear AI, because logistics is the new cybersecurity, is going to have us grow as much as NVIDIA from a growth standpoint. And talking about cybersecurity, modern warfare is rapidly shifting towards AI-driven target, autonomous drones, real-time battlefield intelligence like I talked about before, sensor fusion, right? Being able to sense radar so things can be knocked out immediately. Think about the Golden Dome in Israel times 1,000. Predictive military analytics, predicting what the military is going to do before they do it. That goes a long way in protecting. Also, autonomous surveillance systems. We need logistics to do that. That's why logistics is the new cybersecurity. The Pentagon had a proposal last year of $54 billion just towards AI-powered modern military initiatives. All AI-powered, not people. $54 billion proposal. Remember the budget altogether, $900 billion. $54 billion, you guys, more than 5% of the total budget just for AI initiatives that's going to help modernize our military. And who's at the forefront of that? Big Bear AI. Now you're probably thinking, what does Palantir have to do with this? Palantir, a little bit different. AI, yeah, but they don't do the same thing infrastructure-wise, right? So you think about the infrastructure play, that is Big Bear AI. Palantir is more the data, right? The data, what data and what trend recognition gets the military to do this, or what data makes a country do that. So think about the data as Palantir, but think about the infrastructure as Big Bear AI. Huge difference. We have autonomous drones, AI-guided missiles, AI battlefield coordination, AI surveillance, and real-time predictive targeting. This is going to advance our military like none other. Unlike commercial AI, right, is long-term, sticky. Think about all the contracts we got with Boeing and Lockheed Martin. Has that helped us? Yes, but has it get us to the 21st and 22nd century? I would basically disagree, right? It's sticky, high margin, difficult to replace. So I got to stay there longer. The military wants to be precise. And as a new administration comes in, they might want to cut some of these legacy contractors. And with a lot of the left-leaning companies being based in California, a lot of the left-leaning lobbyists loving California, if we do have a new administration in a few years, don't you think that Big Bear AI will be a part of that? So this is why people compare Big Bear AI to an early Palantir. Again, we'd be happy buying Palantir at $8 when they shot up to $200. Now it's at $136. It's early in defense. Very, very early. It's an early stage of AI infrastructure. And again, infrastructure is logistics, and logistics is the new cybersecurity. And this is the niche that Big Bear AI is playing in. So you need to ask yourself a question. Do you want to be part of the new infrastructure play? Do you want to be part of the $900 billion in government spending? You want to be part of the $54 billion that's for infrastructure AI alone? You want to be part of the $20 billion that Big Bear is bidding for? If you want to be part of that, you would have looked at Big Bear AI as the next NVIDIA. Do you want to be in something that has the upside potential to go from 10 billion to 100 billion? 900% upside. If so, you want to take advantage of Big Bear AI. Now, past performance does not guarantee future results, and nobody knows but God the future. But we do know it's going to be new players in the game. And right now, that handbook of how the game is being played is being written. And Big Bear AI might be that ink that's being written right now. As always, past performance does not guarantee future results. Like, subscribe, and share. We now have over 100,000 followers on our YouTube. Thank you so much. Let's push this thing to 250,000, you guys. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. But my case for Big Bear AI being the next NVIDIA is now to you. Do your research and execute. Love is love. Let's make some painful promise together, y'all. Peace.